Our next speaker is Derek Maxson. Maxson, he is a president and CTO of Front Porch. Derek oversees the strategy for technology development and partnerships, driving Front Porch solutions for many types of network installations and applications. I should say that Front Porch has just been a marvelous member of our community, has contributed to many nonprofits. Generally, they do it anonymously or often do it anonymously. Just another one of our great community members. So, Derek?
You know, I'm really thankful that Greg and Daryl and all the committee for putting on this conference, because I believe so strongly in the power of technology to help our local communities' next stages of economic development. It's really great that this is here, Greg. Thanks. So you can thank him too. So just a brief about Front Porch. We make equipment that we sell to internet companies like DSL and cable internet, wireless internet operators to go on their network. And so we sell globally, primarily in Asia, and it's just amazing to me, kind of looking back over the last 13 years of Front Porch, to think that how much things have changed. There, of course, was no Twitter. Google was founded about a month before we were. They've done a little better. But, you know, to think like when Front Porch started, there was basically no Google and all of these different things. And to be able to do a business like this from Tuolumne County is certainly a blessing to each one of us at Front Porch. So I want to talk a little bit about the myths and realities of the Silicon Foothills. And many times in the context of economic development, we've talked about the idea of how technology and about bringing to Tuolumne County businesses that would bring jobs, clean tech, clean industry, to help us fill the gaps that have been created by certainly the decline in the last 151 years or 159 years since the end of the gold rush. And even with the decline of lumber as being a big thing for us. But 75% of the land in Tuolumne County is owned by the government, primarily the federal government. And last year, or a couple of years ago, I was reading the Tuolumne County Indicators Report that said that there were about 5 million site visits to Tuolumne County federal parks, plus 3 million to Yosemite, which we would claim some of those that come over the 120 corridor. But isn't the beauty of Tuolumne County and of the foothills and of rural America these natural resources that we have? It really is. I have a picture on the slides that I did for this that I couldn't figure out how to project to you all, of Table Mountain lupins blooming in the springtime. A beautiful picture. It's all gone now, and I didn't really get to appreciate it fully this year because I think it rained every day that the lupins were blooming. But in other years I've seen that, and it's a beautiful picture. I've also recently been to Sunnyvale, and then I downloaded this picture of an aerial view of Sunnyvale Mountain View area, and I said, you know, there might be some lupins, but they'd be hard to find down there. Isn't it great to have the capability to live in an area like Tuolumne County and to enjoy that natural beauty? So when people talk about bringing the Silicon Valley to Sonora, I say no way. Now, but what we're here to talk about with this 140 conference is about the great benefits of social media and technology to businesses that are here and that can come here, and some things I want to take a look at. We have a few impedances to our economic development and technology. We have the impedance of ready-to-go neighborhoods for young families to live in Tuolumne County. We have a lot of rural housing. We have a lot of things that don't really look like neighborhoods like where I live. There's no way you can take a walk. The whole experience that I had as a kid, walk on your street that is, the experience that I had as a kid living in a neighborhood school in suburbia, now I'm not saying it's better, but it's different. And part of the issue that we have is that to attract certain kinds of talent to Tuolumne County, we need to have things that people want by way of housing and community. We don't have office space that is conducive to technology companies. If Front Porch were to grow and we needed a new space, and Scott Patterson would be unhappy that we'd be leaving his building there in Sonora without a tenant in it, but there is no building in Tuolumne County we could move to that would meet our needs. And it took us 3 years to kind of work through the county red tape of the other one, right, Jim? It was a big deal. We don't have a university. We have a tremendous college here. I know there are students and faculty here from the college, and it's a huge asset to our community. But we don't have a university. And so the universities that are pumping out this talent are hours away from us, really. And so attracting is kind of a key thing. We don't have a lot of capital here. The investment capital community is located in Palo Alto, not in Washington Street. We don't have broadband all over the place. It's kind of a problem. How many of you do not have broadband at your home? So it's really like a tragedy, but to think about how far it's come in Sonora in the last 10 years. When we built our house, I wired all of our rooms and had a modem shared to all of our rooms so that we had like internet, but it was super slow. And now we have DSL, and pretty soon we might get 10 megabit from Comcast. It's kind of amazing. The 3G offerings from both of the local cell phone operators, or one of them's not local, right, Daryl? Both of the cell phone operators that are here are really great. That's been a big help. The sixth thing that we don't really have is we're not overflowing with geeks. I try my best to be as geeky as I can, but we need a lot more geeks up here. Terry, it was good that you quoted from Buckaroo Banzai in your talk, because us geeks really appreciate that. So what do we do here? There's three kind of things then for local business that I think we really benefit from. All those things are hindrances to attracting these companies, but the message that I have is that these technologies that people are talking about today, these things like SMS and Twitter and Facebook and all of these things, they change our local businesses that we've had for years and years and years. I don't care what kind of business that you're in, it changes it. And it makes it so that we can have reach for our local businesses that go beyond the traditional business community of Tuolumne County. And I would really encourage everyone who runs what they, so to speak, think is a traditional Tuolumne County business of products and services that you sell in this community to really think about how your business can benefit from the things being discussed today to be that economic development engine that our community needs. So there are three things: that those relationships that you have with customers, that is the gold. And everything that we're talking about today, I think, takes advantage of that. There is a concept of ongoing value, not a single sale that would be made, but a string of sales over years of a customer relationship. And a differentiated service that a local business can give that a chain store that would roll into town or an online store that would roll over the waves, roll over the internet to us, those things can't deliver in the same way. So I want to look at 4 of those technologies today in brief, just to kind of talk about each one in brief. One of them is Facebook, Twitter, and I'm going to kind of combine them together. And they're different, but they're similar. And those technologies, every business ought to have a page for their business. A friend of mine is starting a salsa company. And so if you are looking for great salsa made here locally by my friend Adam, go to Good Stuff Salsa on Facebook and like it and get on his salsa hotline. And now this business, and this is like a 3-week-old business now, basically, and he's selling salsa, and it's really good. You really ought to have it. But his entire thing started really with with having a Facebook page. There are Facebook groups, and these groups exist around common interests and things. And I did a little bit of research on Sierra Nevada Adventure Company, and a great local business here in our Calaveras-Tuolumne County area. And they are members of groups like the Arnold Rim Trail group. And so there's a great opportunity for a company that does business with people who, the Arnold Rim Trail, there's a lot of synergy there. Perfect. So to have a page for yourself, to join into groups, other pages, create events for your group. Now here's how marketing really fits into this a lot. I've seen so many coupon offers, discount offers, one-time passwords, like if you've seen this post, go down to this business and take advantage of our special offer that we have today. Tremendous way of being able to reach into your community. Pat Day with the Deo Addiction Huts has done a great job of creating some sales promotion activity through his Facebook community. Another great thing, I see this from Daryl Slocum, is he promotes other people's businesses and activities. And I think that's a great way to get credibility for yourself. Because instead of like, if all that Daryl ever Facebooked was, I'm at Greenhorn Creek having dinner with my family, go to Golden State Cell and get a 3G Android. We would all kind of start to be a little skeptical of Daryl. Is Daryl in here or am I just talking? Oh, there he is, right back there. Hi, Daryl. But Daryl is always promoting others. He's talking about other people's businesses. He's talking about other people's nonprofit endeavors. And I think that gives credibility to Daryl's business, which is the main reason why he's around and doing all of these things, to bring benefit to Golden State Cellular.